Hello, hello, hello. I'm gonna sit closer. Good evening. Welcome. Hi. Feel free to turn on your camera. I am recording, but I'm not recording you. I'm just recording myself. If you share your voice, that will be recorded, but don't worry, your cameras are not recorded. And so welcome. Yeah, sitting in the dark. It was that kind of vibe tonight for me. I wanted to be outside. And the sun just set. Hi. Hi, Hilda. Hi, Dee. Hi, Pauline. Hi, Anita. Hi, Jennifer. Welcome. And I like to leave it for a few moments so that people still get the chance to come in, because we know people are always late, right? And so good on you for being here on time and making this a priority. This is so special for me, and it's such an honor to bring people together in community. Feel free to use the chat box to say hello. Feel free to use the little reactions to share an expression if that suits you better. And for those of you who I haven't met who are in the future timeline watching this, my name's Jamie Burke. You can also call me J Love. I'm one of the co-creators of the Body Love Mission. And I love helping people master self-love so that they can thrive in their relationships and their careers. And let's face it, everything is about relationships. And the relationship to ourself is the most important. And so being here for yourself is a step in a step in the direction of deepening the relationship that you have and cultivating that friendship. And so tonight, we sometimes put a theme to what we're going to offer, and I just sort of left it as it's a broad meditation tonight. And what came to me is to hold space for meditation, for group healing, but for prayer, for collective prayer. One of the most powerful experiences that I had this year, it's funny because it happened in a corporate setting. I also work with companies. I do wellness programming for them. And so I do guided meditation. I do talks about how to avoid burnout. And one day there was only 2 women who were able to make it onto the call. And I just trusted that there was a reason for it. And usually we record the calls the same way I record this, and I share it with the larger team afterwards so that they get the lesson and they get the week to integrate the self-practice. And so these 2 women who came on, they had both just suffered a very traumatic experience. They were from the same place in Africa, and their people were in a really bad way, being oppressed. There was war. And I said to them, would it be meaningful to just hold a prayer for them? And I thought I was doing a service for them, but what happened was so much more than I could ever express, that I could ever imagine. And we sat for 40 minutes on Zoom and held the vision for prayer, for sending healing energy to the people, to the families. And it was one of the most memorable experiences of my life. I felt so grateful. I felt so moved to feel included and to not feel like an outsider. And from a lot of people around me, and even personally, I've been feeling a lot of heaviness lately. I've been tuning into a lot of grief, a lot of undigested emotions, a lot of emotions where we're feeling things, but we can't even quite articulate what we're feeling. It's just so overwhelming. And collectively, we are and we have been going through a trauma together. And not being able to come together in the way that we really want to has been challenging. And I know I've been feeling the grief of that. And it's been really helpful for me to sit in sacred circle, to sit with other like-minded souls and sing and cry and, write down the things in our hearts that are really weighing heavy. And so tonight's container is about you tuning in. What's alive for you? What are you holding in your prayers? And we can use the word dreams or wishes if that feels more resonant for where you are in your life right now. And I'd like to offer an energy healing as well. So I've been practicing and offering Reiki for a few years. I've been offering energy healing, broad energy healing, through the shamanic teachings that I've learned for 5 years. And I just started a new path called Tao Hands, and it's been really powerful. And I'd like to offer you this evening a healing and a blessing. But before we get into that, I want to know how you're doing, what's showing up in your life, and an opportunity to be heard, to be witnessed, to share so that you can let it go. So we can free some of this up from our hearts. We don't have to sleep with it anymore. We don't have to carry it anymore. We can share the load in being here together and sharing our voices. So I would love to do a check-in, and you're welcome to put a hand up. Don't all unmute yourselves at the same time. And again, your face won't be shown, it's just your voice. So you do have some anonymity in sharing in this space, in this circle now. And so I see one of you leaning in. And if you're ready to share, go ahead. Who's going to unmute themselves first? Yes. Thank you.
Hi, Jamie. Thank you for having this for us tonight. It is a blessing and an honor to have you in my life. And one of the things I wanted to share, which is very simple yet very prominent, I think, in most people's lives, is for the past few weeks, my experience has been that I have felt that I'm not being heard. That's exactly, that's it. Just not being heard. Even when you're asked questions or you answer the question, you give your opinion, you're not being heard, and that my feelings or things don't matter to me, or that decisions that are being made don't impact me when they do.
Wow. That hits home. Communicating has been very challenging lately, and I've found, especially with the people that I'm closest to, and not feeling heard is heavy. What does it feel like in your body?
The reaction is shutting down. So if you're offering an opinion, or if you're speaking, or you're sharing an experience, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be anything heavy. Being talked over, being interrupted. And my immediate reaction is just to shut down.
Wow, to disconnect, to disengage.
Yes.
And if you could put just like a one-word emotion to that, whether it's frustration, anger, what does it feel like?
Hurt.
Let's all take a breath together and honor that share. Thank you for your vulnerability, for your share. And just out of curiosity, who else feels like, oh, I can identify with that, not being heard? Yeah. Thank you so much, Hilda.
Thank you for listening. Thanks, Jamie.
Of course. I'm here to listen to you whenever. Anyone else want to share what's in their heart right now? What's alive for them?
I would say for mine, it's the same thing. Mine's right now, I would say not being heard. I wouldn't say like in a workplace, I would say more in the home life. So, but the feelings are pretty much the same, just frustration, anger, and then comes the shutdown because there's just no point of arguing about it. So I'm just gonna shut down and move on. So, yeah.
It always amazes me when we set the intention to come together, who shows up and how the same things come up.
Yeah.
And when we share, we realize we're not alone in these things. And it's so powerful to feel the connection, to feel the understanding, even when we can't be together in physical proximity, that we're feeling very similar feelings right now. And that connects us. It's not for the good or for the bad. It just is. It's the part of our human experience and collectively part of how this narrative is showing up in our lives. Thank you, Pauline. Let's take a big breath to acknowledge that share. And who would like to share next?
Sure, I'll share. And as when you asked the question, I was thinking a lot about what I have been feeling, because I feel like it's almost hard to articulate it. And even Jamie, the way that you started with just this like heaviness, I've definitely been feeling recently. But as I kind of thought through it, I think something that's been coming up for me quite a bit is feeling stuck. And feeling stuck in kind of all aspects of my life. A big part of that feeling is based on our situation. You know, a lot of with the pandemic and just not being able to do the things that maybe, you know, traditionally I would be able to do on so many levels. Like, it's so complex. It's not even like, you know, physically we can maybe do it, but there's so much kind of trauma and you know, negative feelings and things that have happened in the last year and a half that I think are just contributing to that. And so yeah, that in a nutshell, I feel like that was a little bit of that's just exactly what's kind of on my mind.
Yeah, I get it. It's like it's a milkshake of emotions. Like, we've blended everything up. We've blended so many parts of ourselves up, so many themes that have come up throughout history. And it's so overwhelming. And to feel that stuckness too. And like, I shared something on my Facebook page because I'm really realizing personally, and then also in my role as a space holder for others, that the tools that we've used in the past, they're not quite helping us to feel unstuck in the same way that they used to.
Mm-hmm.
And so it is about creating new ways to navigate what we're going through, because we have choices. And so it's like, okay, maybe there's a wall here and a wall here, but there's like a tiny little space between these two walls that you can slide through. You find that thing. And so I'm always trying to encourage conversation, because what you share is going to inspire someone else. Oh, hey, this is working for me now. Oh, I've never heard of this. Let me see if that helps, because I get you, Dee. I'm feeling stuck. All my tools, I went into the bag today and I went down for the deepest tools, and that one didn't work either. The 2-hour bath, the breath work, the going for the walk, the screaming into a pillow. I still feel stuck. So I see you.
I love it. Thank you.
Let's take a big breath. The floor is open for anyone else who'd like to share.
Hello, my name is Jennifer.
Hello, welcome.
Thank you. I've been meaning to try and join this for a while, so I'm glad I finally made the time. Wow, I can relate to everything everybody has talked about, which is a powerful feeling to not be alone. Can relate to the not being able to articulate all the emotions I'm feeling. I did a big emotional release recently, and I'm still sort of processing that. Pandemic has been very challenging. I often don't feel heard by loved ones. That's always been a challenge for me. And I also feel stuck. I feel stuck. A few relationships ended during the pandemic, and I feel kind of stuck about what direction I want to go in, professionally and personally. So it's a lot. Thank you.
Thank you for sharing that, Jennifer. So I'm feeling like we're going to do some heart healing tonight, and also using our voice as an activation. What's been helping me just a tiny bit is to try and name the emotions. Because we can't, if we think about putting it all into a sentence or a paragraph, it's too much. But if we can break it down to, I'm feeling grief, despair, frustration, sadness, it just helps to sort of see it all, honor each one of those emotions. And the thing that I'm noticing too, Jennifer, is like there's moments of so much grief while still being in this place of appreciation and these little moments of joy or magic that float in. So I went to this silent disco on the weekend in a community where I love these people. I was so excited to go. And as soon as I walked up, this wave of emotion and fear just flooded my body. And I was like, I don't want to go in. And my partner was all psyched. Yeah, let's go. It's gonna be so fun. And you get in and you're seeing people you haven't seen and you want to connect with them in a deep way, but you're here to put headphones on and now dance. And then there's this separation too. Well, if you're not vaccinated, you can't go inside. And so you have to stay in this area. And do you want to disclose all your information, all the things that are going on? How do you navigate these spaces? It's too much. And so you stop and you freeze. And so I was really, this blender of emotions, like sitting in awe of these people who are so free in their bodies. Dance used to be such an incredible way for me to move trauma. And I'm like, I'm foreign. I feel foreign in my body. I want to connect deeply, but I fear the questions that people are going to ask. Are they going to hear me? Are they going to actually listen? Are they just asking because they're feeling space? They're feeling awkward. So there's so much. Thank you for your share. Let's take a big breath with Jennifer. Again, the floor is open if anyone wants to share. And if you'd rather use the chat box too, at any point something else comes up and you want to put it into the space to clear it, you can do that too. There'll be another opportunity to share. And I just want to know, because if you had said 6 years ago, come to a prayer circle to me, I would have been like, nah, praying. That's religious. I'm not religious. I don't pray. And so what's your relationship like to prayer? How do you feel about it? Does it excite you? Is it something you've ever engaged in? Is it totally foreign? Do you feel closed off when I say we're going to do a prayer circle? Or is this something that your soul is like, oh yes, I actually need this. I know I need this. Anyone? And again, you can use the chat box if you like. You can unmute yourself if you're ready.
I think for me, it's more of like prayer's not really something yes, prayer for me, like I usually associate it with a religious thing, and it's not really something that I do, but I do have like, I guess they could be considered as prayers where it's just like talks with myself of more like recognizing what am I feeling, or like, what am I upset about, or, and then just also thinking like, okay, I want these things, or I'm hoping for these things. And that's, I guess, yeah, for me, prayers would be more of just a check in with myself and of my wants and my needs.
Yeah, I love that. That's like practical prayers. A way to check in my wants and my needs. It's talking to my soul, talking to my heart. And I love this. There's a share. I love it and my soul needs it. Heart emoji, gratitude emoji, or prayer emoji. Anyone else want to share? What does it bring up for you? The idea of praying together?
I'll go. It's Hilda. I think prayer has changed for me. Growing up in a Catholic household, prayer was always a chore. Going to church was a chore. And when I became an adult, I just disconnected myself because it felt like an obligation and not a feeling. I didn't feel anything at all. It was just you go to church, you say a prayer, and you come home. And also very hypocritical how some people will preach and behave differently. So that was a complete turnoff. I just did not appreciate prayer. And I think in most cases, if prayer is used the right way, it is very healing. As I've gotten older, I look at prayer a little differently. I'm not necessarily praying to a God. I'm actually praying for souls. I'm praying for every living being, whether it be a human being or creatures that have been put on this earth. And it's more spiritual. And it's basically the way I look at it is there's a gratefulness behind prayer. There's something very calming behind prayer, and just honoring people who have been here before us and those that are around us every day, whether you're in a living body or in spirit.
Wow, powerful. Thank you for that. So many wisdom, like so many little nuggets of wisdom and everything that you just shared. Yeah, that hits me in my heart. Thank you. Anybody else? So we'll make the meditation a prayer. I'm also going to offer a bit of sound. A beautiful sister gifted me this stunning instrument, and it's very quickly become one of my favorite sound healing tools. It sounds really angelic, and I hope that it translates, and I hope that you get to feel some of this in your body. And if you don't, we'll just have to do it in the park one day. Or maybe you'll come join me in a retreat soon and I will bless you with some sound. So let me play it for you actually, so you feel and you can tell me. Let me just. Sound come through?
It does, but I think it probably sounds a lot better in person. Yeah.
So what I'm going to do actually is in the next few days, I'm going to record a sound healing session. I'm going to send that out or post it in the Body Love Mission group. And so you can put headphones in and listen to it that way. And the invitation from tonight for self-practice, because it's all about integrating the stuff that we take from these coming togethers and putting it into your own time and space, making that date with yourself, will be to hold prayer for what lives in your heart, that checking in and using the sound to support whatever clearing or healing is needed in that moment. And so we are going to come into meditation. So feel free to turn your cameras off. I'm going to do the same because I'm distracting. And I want you to go deep into your body and into this experience. And so getting comfortable in your body. And just relaxing and listening to my voice. Connecting to the sound of your breath. Taking 5 deep breaths. And in these 5 breaths, letting go of anything that's not yours. Anyone that you saw today, anyone that you spoke to. The way of honoring them, of allowing them to be in their sovereignty, releasing their energy from your body. Breathing through the nose or through the mouth. Sighing out the exhale, yawning out the exhale. Giving permission for anything that's not yours to just be released. If it needs. You're ready to place hands on your body, maybe one over your heart, one over your womb, your belly. As you place the hands on your body, coming into your own energy, coming into your heart, coming into your intuition, into your soul. 3 deep breaths, just connecting deeper and deeper and deeper. In your energy, in your awareness, all the way into your beautiful, tender heart. All of the emotions that live in this expansive space. Your mouth, your heart. Connecting with the dreams, the prayers. You really want, you really desire right now in this moment. That's heard and understood. For that to feel accepted. For that to feel a deep connection. Praying for more love in your life, more understanding, more compassion. Praying for those that you love to have what they need, physically, emotionally. When these prayers become realized, use your voice. Whisper these prayers. There's no right or wrong way to pray. Pray, we allow ourselves to have trust in the process. This journey that is our life. To be open to the idea that everything is changing and that we can create praying can be such a powerful tool of self-healing, connecting to a power and an energy greater than yourself. Really feeling into your heart, honoring all of those emotions that have lived, that are living in your heart and your body and your soul now. What prayer will support what you need. And also beyond yourself, those you love, what would you have? What would free them? And again, into the collective, to our sisters and brothers, our fellow humans. Can we pray for the collective? Healing that's needed now, the love and the compassion that's needed now. I'll hold a prayer for that. For greater health, greater flourishing, vitality, vibrancy, understanding of each other's choices. Praying for forgiveness. Positive thoughts out into the collective, into the universe. Our prayers are needed. Our prayers are loving and supportive. Our prayers are deeply healing. We come together in a group, with collective intention to share love, to share understanding and compassion. It has power. In your heart, breathing more, taking in what you need. Also sending out what you have to share, love that you hold, understanding and compassion that you're capable of. When you can give it to yourself, you can give it to all those you love. And as we're here together now, we are strengthening our ability to offer that up. Listen to each other's stories and breathe together. We are more powerful. Our prayers are loved and supported by the universe. They are for the greatest good of all. Big breaths. Feeling your body, allowing yourself to be more receptive. Deeper breaths, fuller breath. Prepare our bodies to receive blessings. To receive the energy healing that I'm here to offer now in this moment. Dear Tao, dear Divine, dear Source, dear all my spiritual mothers and fathers in all realms, in all timelines, dear my Tao healing hands. I love you. I honor you. I appreciate you. I cannot thank you enough. In this moment, I offer a one-time blessing. And I want you to think about where you want this blessing to show up in your life. Speak it quietly to yourself. And we trust this healing comes in as it's appropriate to this time and space for you now. When you're clear on what healing you're calling in, where you're requesting this blessing, take a big breath in, send your attention there, send your awareness there, and hold your breath, hold your breath, hold your breath. Feel the request pulsing in your body. Notice how alive it is for you. Take in a little bit more breath in. Again, hold it. And as you exhale, surrender to gratitude and receiving. Tao healing hands, blessings begin. How. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, joy, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, joy, peace, and harmony. I forgive you. Please forgive me. Bring love, joy, peace, and harmony. Inviting a golden light into your mind's eye, between your eyes, into your third eye. Maybe it's a pink light, maybe it's a crystal white light. See a spark between your eyes, behind your eyes. And draw that light into your body. Let it radiate into each cell. Let it vibrate all the way into the areas that you've requested. Holding the vision of this healing, of this blessing. What do you look like after receiving, embodying it? What does your life look like when your prayers have been answered? Connecting to that beautiful dreamer, envisioning all that you desire. Breathing it in, seeing yourself in this state, embodied, expanded. Using that incredible imagination of yours, your creator energy, to see this part of you alive, vibrant, empowered, heard. Opening to the possibilities. Surrendering to the abundant nature of the universe. Holding yourself in this vision. Holding yourself in love. In your power. And placing your hands over your heart and just tapping gently on the heart. Open your mouth. Take 5 big breaths in through the mouth. Calling on the Reiki masters of the past, the present, and the future to come assist in this healing now. Receiving this loving energy gently into your body. And in the next 5 big breaths, taking a breath in through the nose and exhaling with a sound, whatever it sounds like, making a sound, holding a tone, holding the resonance of your voice, your power. Continuing to tap the heart again, take a deep breath in. Again, breathing in deeply. Allowing the hands to slide down the front of your body, landing just below the breasts, pointing the fingers in between the ribs and that soft spot, your solar plexus, your power center, tapping on that part of your body. Again, big breath in through the mouth. Exhale firmly through the mouth. 2 more big breaths, just like that. And again. Beautiful. Letting the hands slide down into your womb, into your belly. Breathing full breaths into the belly, opening the body. Softening the belly, softening the body. And again, big breath in and out. Allowing one hand to slide back up to the heart. Blessings are closed. And we say together, thank you, thank you, thank you. How. Love you, love you, love you. And take a big deep breath in. Exhale, release. Just coming back into your natural breath. Gong sa, gong sa, gong sa. Release, release, release. Invite your awareness back up to the surface. You might stretch into your body, or move, wiggle, or jiggle, or bounce. And if and when you feel ready, you can open your eyes. If you feel called, you can turn your video back on. If you feel brave to share how you're feeling, how that landed for you in your body, I invite you back to share, whether that's in the chat or using your voice, using your powerful voice. Any emotions that have came up, any sensations. I'm curious to know, but also I respect what's best for you and only you know what that is. And so if just going off into your own space and taking care of yourself means just saying goodnight now, then do that. I honor you. And if there's anything that, again, you want to share, feel free to use the chat or use your voice. I'm getting a chat message. That was really beautiful. I felt a sense of peace come over me. Thank you. Yeah, those moments of peace and harmony. We welcome all of those. And of course, everyone's experience is different and we integrate our experience in a different way and with a different time. And so just sitting with it, feel free to reach out. I'm always here to connect when you need, whether that's today, tomorrow, next week. Know that you're not alone, that there's support when you need it. There's community, feeling calm, grateful. I like that. You are welcome. Thank you. Thank you all for being here. I get as much from this as I get to give to this. Feeling calmer. Thank you. Yeah. And of course, this is recorded so you can come back and fast forward to the blessing, to the meditation portion, if you feel like I could use that again. And if you're feeling called to connect in real life, there is an opportunity. October 14th to the 17th, I am taking a group of women to Muskoka for a retreat called Fire and Power. And this will be an opportunity to dive deep into any places in our lives and our bodies where there's been insecurity, where we've shrunk ourselves or made ourselves smaller than we need to be, than we want to be, to clear that all out by doing some tapping, emotional freedom technique. My friend Sasha Bryce is going to be there to assist in that. She's an incredible EFT teacher and practitioner. And to do more embodiment around stepping into your confidence, stepping into your power, really getting into your authentic voice, into that way that you express yourself freely without worrying about who you're going to offend, how it's going to come out, how it's going to be interpreted, and just trusting in how incredible you are, how powerful you are, and what you have to offer. And so if that sounds interesting to you, feel free to reach out. There are 4 spots left. And I'm super excited about this. The land is incredible. The women who have already signed up are really amazing. And I'm super stoked to be holding this space and creating this space. And I wish you all a wonderful evening. Good luck moving what needs to move. Keep putting those prayers out there, asking for the support that you need, trusting in the process. And I'm sending you so much love. I feel really grateful to have you with me. Beautiful evening and sweet dreams. Ciao for now.
Thank you, Jamie.
You're welcome. Bye-bye. You're welcome. You're welcome. Bye, beauties.